Happy Mindful Monday, everybody. Gosh, that is a tongue twister. It always trips me up. Happy Mindful Monday, everybody. It's good to be back. I missed you last week. I was actually in the hospital for a week with my mom. And wow, talk about intense. But good news is everybody is coming out the other end, the positive side of things, and she should make a full recovery. So, yay. But I'll tell you, when a parent or a loved one is not well, you know, a lot of things can come up for us. And it was a really interesting week for me in terms of, well, a few things. You know, firstly, how to really have compassion for the unwell. You know, having compassion for those who are sick. And that means physically sick, mentally sick, a combination of the two. It really occurred to me, you know, as I watched the nurses and I watched the doctors, how big of a difference it made. You know, in my day, in my mom's day, when a nurse cracked a joke or cracked a smile or had the ability to lighten up the moment. And, you know, I remember just in that moment, it changed everything for us, you know, where everything was so heavy and so pretty dismal, pretty dark there for the first couple of days. We weren't sure what was going to happen. And, you know, it just really showed me how important it is to stay connected to the lightness and to stay connected to compassion. The nurses that had compassion, the doctors that had compassion, they actually listened to what we had to say. They didn't assume what they thought we were going to say. They didn't put words into our mouths. They didn't jump to their own conclusion. They listened. They really listened, and they allowed the patient, my mother and me, somebody who was there speaking on her behalf a lot of the time, to play an equal role in the healing and in the methods and strategies that they were going to use. So I just wanted to speak about that a little bit, and it had me checking in with myself and really seeing how easy it is in our society to look at somebody who's unwell, sick, from their own doing or from something out of their control, and somehow we judge that, right? Somehow we find it difficult to open our hearts and to have compassion. We assume things about them, about what got them there, about who they must be to be in that position. And it's painful. Wow, it's painful. So for me, and even I caught myself in moments with my mother, and anybody who's had a parent, you know, go through sickness and illness on more than one occasion, you know, mentally or physically may resonate with what I'm about to say, but there's so many mixed emotions, right? You want your parent to be well, you want them to do the things that you think that they need to do so that this doesn't happen ever again. And yet they're on their own journey and they're on their own path, and we have no idea what somebody's inner world is like. And it's unfair to judge them. You know, it's unfair to assume things that we don't really know. So for me, the lesson this week was really about how can we have compassion and also healthy boundaries for ourselves. You know, how can we open our hearts and free ourselves of the toxicity that is judgment and assuming, and extend our love and compassion to others, whilst also keeping healthy boundaries for ourselves, you know, maintaining that ability, that practice of taking care of ourselves. So it's just really interesting what comes up for you when you see people who are struggling, what comes up for you when you see people who have less than, who are ill mentally or physically or spiritually or all of the above. You know, are you able to set aside your assumptions and your judgments and trust that they're on their own journey, they're on their own path, and that for whatever reason they are where they are. And fear and judgment isn't the answer, but love and compassion is. So for all of you out there who might be struggling with a sick parent or a loved one, I invite you to extend that love and compassion, but don't give up your self-care. Take care of yourself. It's really important. And I'd love to hear how you do that. I'd love to hear how you maintain that balance between love and compassion and opening your heart towards someone in need, which is really all of us, right? But maintaining that healthy boundary and practice of self-care. So that's it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. Please leave your comments below. And of course, sharing is caring. Please share this video with somebody if you liked it. I would so appreciate it. And I will see you soon. Much, much love. Bye for now. Namaste.